Welcome to the Pickup Podcast. Today we picked up my man's Juvette.
Yep.
So, he's a doctor, a researcher.
I'm a scientist.
A scientist, he says.
That's no scientist.
Scientist.
As usual,
But soon to be doctor, though. Soon to be.
But we got the usual crew today. We got my man's Bender Dawn. We got Vondi.
You.
We got my man's Ice back finally.
That was good. I'm here, man.
He was disappearing for a while, but he finally showed up.
I always make my way back. Don't forget.
What does that even mean? We're going to start today off with a little special thing. Ben got a question for us, something to ponder, think about.
All right, so me and Seth was talking about this earlier, because we know when men and women are having sex, there's taxing positions for each gender. So what I wanted to ask is that which position would y'all say is mutually beneficial for both genders?
I got to pull out the manual.
The manual?
Yeah, like how many different? Because there's a lot of positions. There's a book on it, right?
Open up the whole book and
But I was thinking my opinion is that I would think the tried and trusty cowgirl is probably the most mutually beneficial position.
The cowgirl?
You know what I mean? When she riding you. If she riding you.
You think that's? I feel like I low-key would let her do most of the work.
Yeah, because that's a lot of
Yeah, that's not comfortable. Nah.
But like at any time, either person can take over, and.
But that's like going back and forth. I thought you meant like the same
You
time.
mean like a constant one, right?
Yeah, like something that's like
they're getting burnt out.
But
I feel like it would be missionary.
What? That's all guy.
Yeah.
It has to be.
But you're pretty much still resting.
What's the answer? What's the answer? 69?
I feel like that's the most.
That's like most mutual benefit. You guys are both doing the same shit.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's a
fair point, bro.
that I can respect.
Nah, he's making a little bit of sense, but the thing about that is, at some point, somebody's gonna give.
I mean, that's the whole essence.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole essence of sex.
It takes some finesse. That's like the setup would take.
Nah, this is bothering me now.
Why?
I say like if y'all just land like side to side type shit. Like,
Oh, you talking about like spooning?
yeah, because then like everybody just laying down.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
actually
it's like, we both chilling,
it's a good answer.
and either party can take control from what.
See, but that's the thing about the one that I said, because at any point either party can get full control.
But hear me out.
I feel like that's still a lot of energy.
If somebody gets tired, the other person can just take over.
That's true. The girls doing the thing, whatever.
But yeah,
Wait. What do you think about this?
He really pulled up the
Facts.
That might be the one. That might be the one. That might be the one.
That's what I was picturing.
That might be the one.
When I said, she gets
That's what I was thinking of.
What? No, because you didn't say
she's literally riding you.
You said regular cowgirl.
This nigga said.
You could be sitting up, you could be laying down, you could be
I was thinking like something like that, but I was like, it doesn't. I don't know what it would be called.
That's more so.
I don't know what that's called.
When the guy takes over.
That's not.
Face off is more so when the guy like you sit.
But it's like both people can move at this point. You know what I'm saying?
But I also said after I said that when she's riding you, that's
energy
literally riding you right there.
But you have to talk about the position.
Right.
There's no nuances of it. There's literally, is she riding you or is she not?
I don't know, bro.
That's more
That's
specific.
what it is. That's a specific type.
If you're laying down and your legs are straight and you sitting up like this, that's a lot of core strength. I'm not gonna lie, but if you're like on the edge of the bed, you chilling.
If you have a headboard behind you,
This could also be one.
And you're sitting up, there's literally no.
I don't know. I've never attempted this,
You gonna be
but
banging your head and shit, bro.
No, how? You saying
That looks like one wrong move.
that's all I'm saying. It just looks weird. It looks weird.
One wrong move and you.
Because it would.
What the hell? Ain't that the Kappa logo?
Yo,
The Kappa logo is crazy.
is it actually it?
It looks like it.
The Kappa logo?
Look that shit
That's
up.
what that logo means?
I don't know. Maybe.
Damn.
I don't know.
Opposite wrong.
Kappa. It's the opposite, but I see what he means.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is
This
opposite,
guy.
but
That shit
All right.
look like the
They're
logo.
back to back.
So do we have an answer? Have we agreed?
Let's rock out.
Have you agreed?
All right. In terms of an answer, we all mutually agree that a variation of a
Face to face.
of a girl riding you face to face is probably the most mutually beneficial position.
Yeah.
Because at any point, either person can take control, and at any point, you can literally just sit back, relax, and let the other person do their thing.
I thought you were talking about like energetic favorability.
Nah, I was just talking about in terms of like, in terms of.
Oh, if you're just trying to save energy, bro. Honestly, bro.
I think it would be that.
I think low key missionary, like with her on the bed,
But, like,
saves the most energy
but,
for
like,
a guy.
Where else would she be?
If you're a guy, yeah. Unless you're.
You could be holding her.
That's
Yeah,
like
that's
the,
not
that's like the
missionary.
reverse. That's like the
No,
reverse
it's still
of
missionary.
Or it's like the
You would
it's
have
like the
to-
Superman, but she
Okay.
flipped. It's
You
that's nuts.
Missionary, bro.
It's
Y'all niggas is morphing names for
no, it's not, bruh.
Nah,
It's-
but I would say Vondi is on to something when it comes to spooning. Spooning is very mutually beneficial.
No, it's not.
It's
It's just not. Shorty is just.
Like a dead vegetable.
conserving on either
Like a
side. I
worm,
feel like
bro.
that's the most equal because y'all both just laying there.
I guess. So today we're going to talk about the talking stage, and is it important? Why is it important? And how does it deal with like being single and all that type of shit? So I feel like for me, everyone defines the talking stage a little differently. I don't know. I think the talking stage is just when you're getting to know somebody. You know, simple and plain, just like that. What do you think you put?
Yeah, to dig a bit deeper into that, I feel like it's not just getting to know them, it's getting to know the values that they hold, see if you share the same values, and that's what gives you sort of a picture of whether or not, you know, you'll be able to see yourselves together.
That's wholesome, but I low key disagree. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, that's what's true for me.
Fair enough. I was just saying it more so because like, you know, some people will like talk to somebody, but not really not trying to get them to know their values. They're just trying to like talk.
Yeah, it depends on intention.
Yeah.
So
What do you think, man?
my big thing about the talking stage is like you gotta feel somebody's energy, and just to know that if you want to keep conversating, getting to know this person, you should be able to either match their energy, or you could be able to handle it in a way where it's not frustrating for you, it don't get annoying for you, stuff like that. Because if you get annoyed in a relationship, you're gonna end up not liking the person, and then it's just what you just wasted your time at that point.
So you think like if you're in a talking stage, your intention should be to date?
Not all the time, but your intentions should be to like the person.
Like the person.
Not you should be able to like the person on the inside and not what you get the features that you see. Because if you think somebody annoying, but they like a 9 in your eyes, like it's not gonna go well. The talking stage is just gonna be you being like mad as fuck all the time, and then your only fallback is, oh, she bad, stuff like that.
Shit. What you think, Vaughn?
Nah, he kind of got it down pat for real because it's like you got to feel out somebody's energy to see if that matches with yours. Because
I agree too.
I mean, there's like people with more mellow energies that tend to vibe with people with higher energies, and then sometimes like I don't know, opposites attract. And on occasion, you have people with like the same energy level that just match each other really well. But you got to see if like y'all together is a good combination or if it's volatile. Because you got to see, you know,
Because I'm not gonna lie, I think the best type of relationships is those girl best friends that have been best friends for like almost a decade. Like the ones that have been best friends for like 6-7 years, like middle school. They've been matching each other's energy so well, and it's like it's almost like their relationship ain't never going nowhere.
just because if you find your match, it can be of any type, like not just a talking stage. So you just got to find like where your little twin flame is or whatever.
Twizzy. What about you, Ice?
Yeah, I really like what they said, and I like when I think about the talking stage, and kind of the point that he was making, where you had asked, should the talking stage be focused on having the intent to date? And I feel like no, but y'all should be on the same page as to what you're trying to do, and that I feel like is often removed from a lot of people's talking stage. They're not on the same page with the person they involved with on what they're really trying to do, and that could just be based on where they met, like how they met, and what even started their first interaction. At some point, you gotta have a goal, and the goal don't necessarily have to be the date, but it should be
Like there should be
something.
a point to this.
Yeah,
like,
there should be a point, because otherwise, communication is fine, but there is the opportunity then that you're wasting somebody's time just by people being on different pages.
Because he touched on something mad important, because that wasting time factor is really crazy, because there's a lot of times that you'll be talking to someone that you might think that this might lead somewhere, but they realize just looking for like somebody to be friendly with. And then the situation that how it started, how y'all got to know each other the first time, how y'all got each other's numbers, it might have just been on some friendly shit. And then you would have thought it like, oh, he or she, they was flirting with me the whole time, and now they leading me on this and that. When the whole time they were just looking for somebody to vibe with, they fuck with your vibe and they wanted to be cool with you.
Yeah,
that's why that communication thing is mad important.
I mean, some people are just genuinely a bit nicer than others.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like, I think it's more prevalent now because all you see is like stuff on social media about like how to do this, how to get this person, how to like everything's kind of like a tutorial on how to gain something that you want, not necessarily how to get to know people, how to make true relationships. But there are people out there that like have the intention of just, okay, I want to meet some new individuals and like gain new experiences and just converse with new people. And other people take that as always someone trying to like maybe go smack or something, when in actuality, like, they're just doing what humans were created to do, and that was to like make connections and grow.
I agree on that, but to touch on that, to expand on that, even, like, you ever been in a situation where, like, let's say you wanted to like talk to somebody, like start something with them, and they weren't interested, so like they say no, and that, that's whatever. But then they're like, oh, but we can be friends though. And then like once you say nah, I don't want to be friends, like they sort of like feel a way about it. You ever had that happen to you?
I mean, yes, but it's like because you're not matching their intentions, so that's just not what they want.
Right, but it's like, do they have a right to get angry at you? Not angry, but like they're like, nah, why won't you be my friend?
At a point, I would say yes, they have a right to, because if you felt a type of way over your advances not being mutual, and then they're just like, all right, we can have this thing where like we still cool, like I still fuck with you, but I just don't want to be like involved with you that way. If you saying no because you didn't get what you want, they got a right to be angry because they're like, oh, you didn't get what you want, now you mad at me,
right? I feel
for stuff like that.
To me, the way I see it, it's like they're trying to like get the benefit of knowing me without really like also giving me what I want. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, that's a bit selfish.
It's selfish.
Yeah, because you got to consider that they value you enough to want you to still be in their life, although they don't feel that way for you. Like they can't control that. They don't feel that way for you.
Right.
And also, you don't know like what somebody's currently experiencing in that moment. You meet somebody where they're saying that line because they may see something, but they're not in the place where they can explore that right now. But through conversation and building,
they should communicate that though, right?
But that's like
that is true.
Quick. You can't just expect that.
I don't know if there's ever the time in those engagements where somebody is in a position to
just think it all through.
To like say like, look, for real, I'm not in this space right now, but I want to keep you around as a friend, and maybe we can go from there. Those conversations never really develop in that way.
Right.
Everyone's kind of typically set on whatever they're going for, and when they hear whatever it seems like an objection or a rejection, they're ready to move on to the next or continue on about there.
And my big thing about that is that like it's not 100% like, oh, they rejected me this time. If at this point they just using me as like a nice person to be around, it's more so like he said, maybe the person not ready for that type of relationship at that point, and then they just like, oh, I fuck with your energy. You seem like a person that if I was ready for it, I would be down for it. Just not right now. So like maybe like 3, 4, 5 months down the line, y'all hanging out, y'all chilling, that type of thing can come to fruition. And now it's like, oh, before you wasn't there, but now you're there when you got to know me a little bit more.
I feel that's not fair to yourself though, because think about it. Like, let's say 5 months down the line, your feelings are gonna change. You're not just gonna like wait on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Of course. So it's like then you start feeling different, but then they want you, and then it's like, well, this whole time you've kind of been using this like friendship as a way to get to know me, and then figure out how you feel. Now you're ready, but now I'm supposed to just like jump back and be ready for you at the same time.
I feel like it's a choice both ways. Because in that sense, like they chose in the beginning, I'm not ready for this. Maybe I want to feel it out, get to know you as like a person before I decide to pursue that. And then if you elected to be friends, you kind of agree like, okay, fine. Maybe it's not the relationship that I wanted, but like I'm cool with setting this boundary here. Yeah. And then we'll like once you actually get to know each other, things can change. But you're also like you have the availability to decline if things change in the future.
Right.
It's like you could be like, that's my choice the same way it was your choice in the beginning.
And you can't be
There's
mad
always
about
a
it.
choice.
Yeah, because
Mad
like
about it, yeah.
like sometimes it can be a situation where, oh, you wanted this person now, but a month and a half down the line, you realize that this person was never for you, and that person basically did you a favor by rejecting you at the first point of interest.
I've been in a lot of those cases.
Because a lot of times,
Yeah.
I think everybody's been through this where you would like somebody, you would think you and that person gonna go somewhere, and then you figure out later down the line that you didn't even want this person in the first place.
Yeah.
You just saw something on the outside that really gravitated you towards that person, but once you understood who they were, they weren't who you thought they were gonna be.
Grass with the screen.
That talking stage, even if it's like relationship or if it's like friendship, that talking stage is super important because that couple months of like y'all getting to feel each other out and y'all still like shopping around, being single, talking to other people.
Yeah.
That right there just gives you that leeway. If we can pursue this, if we're okay with this, then we can be like, stop talking to these people. We together now.
So like when y'all move through the talking stage, is it like for me the way I see it, I feel like okay, like we're gonna start getting to know each other, so we're just gonna be talking like regular casual getting to know each other, how you would get to know any person like anybody you want to be a friend with, low key. You'll go out, you'll hang out, everything
Spend
like that.
time, yep.
Just spend time together, get comfortable like in each other's space. You get used to each other, and then I think there comes a point where it's like okay, well, I like where this is going. I like your vibe. I like who you are. So like, I want to focus more of my attention on you. So like, let's make this more like of a just us thing. Like, would you guys jump straight from just like talking to someone like not exclusively like it's like you guys are just like talking, but you can talk to other people if you want to dating, or would you guys go to that stage where it's like you're only talking to each other, but like you're not dating yet? Like, do you guys do that?
Man, I feel like it depends on what you're comfortable with.
Because it's like I feel like there needs to be a point like where you're not together yet, but like you experience what it's like to only talk to this person. Because like some people don't do that, and it's
true.
like once you jump straight to dating, it's like low key like I don't feel comfortable right now.
Personally, myself, I would try to plan out at least like 3 not sort of dates that like aren't real dates to like actually see if you enjoy this person's company. You two alone. That way you can figure out that if you're good at talking to somebody a month into a relationship, they're going to be great at talking to them a year into a relationship. They're not going to be like real dates, but like going out to get ice cream.
Why not real dates?
My thing about that is like, with someone I want to get a relationship with, I want to have a first actual date. We're together type thing. It's just me and you. We not even figuring it out no more. We together. But those 3 like small joints, going to a park, going for a hike, getting like ice cream, stuff like that, just small things, you can understand like how the person is and how they're gonna be.
So you're saying you're not taking the girl on the date until you're together?
I wouldn't take her on an official date until we're together. Like if you want to if we going out and grab, if it's
How
like
do you do it,
if it's
man?
like something impromptu, like we going out grabbing lunch.
Like no, how do you do
That's
it?
the question.
Yeah,
That
'cause
is the
How do you
question.
do it?
It's hard to propose that sort of
Like how would you even like
with
be
somebody
like yeah I'm just gonna
and then
like
accept that
not
it's
take you on a date.
No. It's like you just gotta figure out stuff that you can do. That's like not super
Date like?
exactly like not. It wouldn't be
That's
like
a tough
taking
concept.
a girl out to date. It would just be like small things.
I think there's
That's
like
good.
There's a lot of
But how do you sell that to a woman in
Yeah,
this day
because
and
they're
age?
definitely gonna want more.
No, because it's like if you just like hit a girl up and be like, yo, let's go get lunch real quick. That's not an actual date.
It's a lunch date though, is it not?
I mean, but it's not.
will you do that for the
it's
duration of
very
the talking
informal.
stage?
But that's the thing. My talking stage isn't that long. My talking stage is like maybe a month.
See,
and
that
a
was
half.
your next question.
I was about to say
Like the
that
length of the talking stage.
Yeah. My talking stage is not that long. That's the thing.
Oh.
So like
So it's a month?
a month and a half.
A month and then relationship.
That's 4 weeks.
Month is
Or 5 weeks.
Like I give it.
That's a man. That's a man.
I give it like
That's
I give it like 6 to 10 weeks. If I fuck with you for those 6 to 10 weeks, like
10 weeks is
we can
understandable.
rock out.
and I feel like you know.
Yeah, we would know.
I mean,
We would know by
that
that.
time, like yeah.
Nah, men know early. We know early, but it's like one of those like, damn, like a month.
Yeah.
month is okay.
Because there's so much you have to experience
Like,
during that time.
You can't experience enough of a person. I feel like in a month. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like.
It depends on how much time y'all spend together. You'd be surprised.
I mean, if it's like some college shit where like y'all are seeing each other every single day, you guys are basically living together, like that's different. But it's like normal working adults like us, bro. Like
It gets tough.
You're not going to see. You're going to see that person maybe like twice a week max. Really.
That's why I said like 6 to 10 weeks. 6 to 10 weeks is like an ideal time to figure out if you actually like that person.
Yeah. I think that's how long they should be, realistically.
I be doing 3 months, bro. I be needing time.
I feel like 3 months, it's like you're kind of pushing.
I mean, 3 months is the limit. The limit.
Yeah, you're pushing the boundary.
I feel like you're pushing past
that's
a
being
level
super
that
safe.
you already have.
That's being the most.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You might think of it as being super safe. The other person might think of it as like, oh, you're leading me on at this point.
Unless they're on the same page.
But you gotta.
If they're on the same page, then it's cool.
If you're consistently giving them the right energy through those 3 months, trust they're not gonna feel.
But my thing is, if you're consistently giving them the attention those 3 months, at some point that person's gonna be like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what are we?
That too. But that's when. Listen,
so like, if y'all FaceTiming damn near every night, if y'all texting each other throughout the day, if you see her two, three times a week, after like 6 weeks, what are we doing?
It's not even I feel like a guy thing. I feel like girls just be like, I don't know.
They're very against the idea of not talking for long enough.
Yeah.
Like, they like to take their time before they get into it.
Yeah, for sure. At least that's been my experience too. Like.
And their real personality doesn't come out.
That too. Like, they be...
And you gotta experience a lot of them in different situations.
I be saying, it's like, you know how like at a job you have a probation period, bro? Mm-hmm. When you're in that probation period, girl, they're not like acting like the same person they usually are sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
I say I'm a firm believer in the 3 month thing because like I think you have to go through a cycle where you see people from every emotion and you see what they're like with and without money involved. And so like
with different people around too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, money is a big thing, bro. Because it's like you can meet somebody and you see them and they cool or whatever, but all of a sudden like when you all go on a trip or whatever, anything that requires maybe some money from either both ends or one end more than the other, people start to act a little different. Because it's like, yo, I gotta see. Not only can I spend my life with you, but like, can we build together? Because if you're somebody that like always expecting everything to get paid for, and you recklessly spending and stuff like that, and you're used to like stuff being handed to you, I don't know if I'll be able to build with you. Because like I'm very much like everybody's supposed to work as a team, you know, like all hands together, not just like one person pulling the entire rig.
Together,
like in my experience, that's why those half dates are like so important because they're never super monetarily taxing. So if you out and say y'all just drive down to like Chipotle and y'all both get something and you decide to pay for it, that's probably like $25 out your pocket. Like that's not that bad. Yeah. And that's why the half days are so nice because you can get that shit. You can sit in the car, y'all can chill for that couple hours, and that just shows like how that person is without like having to spend on them.
There's nothing wrong with spending on them though. Like we're not trying to say that.
Oh, yeah,
we're just saying more or less like they're, you know, everyone's looking for different things. Like we're just trying to see where values align and where they don't.
Exactly.
So
it's the first thing I said.
He's a scientist, guys. He studies this shit.
That's true. That's
not this shit.
So I guess we said what between like 6 weeks to like 3 months is typically what people be doing. I guess
that's a good.
That's solid.
Yeah. My thing is we never. What is everybody's least favorite part about the talking stage?
I think it's the part. You said you hate the whole thing.
I hate the ups and downs of it because it's like for me, I feel like you can have talking stages where like you get close to a decision and then something happens that just makes you hesitate and you're just like, and then you maybe give it a second and then there's like a redemption period and you're like, okay, cool, it seems like this could happen, and then it's like,
I've been hearing other people go through
else.
that. I've been hearing other people like, I feel like my least favorite part, it's got to be like the building trust aspect. Because it's like, because it's a lengthy process. You're not really just gonna trust somebody off rip, and it's like you gotta go through situations where that just naturally build trust. So you can't really even like, you know, force it. You can't expedite it. None of that. You have to like literally live it. And you know, people build trust at different speeds. So it's like you might be somewhere one day and like they're not on your level yet, and then you just gotta like sort of like wait for them to catch up while you're still like trying to keep up that same momentum. You can get lucky and you guys can both be on the same type of time completely and just not have any type of like I guess speed bumps, none of that. But I feel like most of the time it's like one partner is always moving faster than the other, and it's just that's just how it is.
I think the least favorite thing for me would probably be the loyalty aspect, because like how in a talking stage with somebody, how loyal, how fast should you be have a certain amount of loyalty to that
That's why
person?
you communicate the exclusive thing beforehand. You be like, look, we're talking, but we're not exclusive. Like, you can do what you do.
If you are talking to somebody and you actually a few weeks, even like a month in, and you starting to get that feeling that you see something forward with this person, do you just like, in terms of like a sexual aspect, just like stop fucking other people?
Yeah.
Just because you think you should be mutually fucking that person?
Okay.
Because if like say for instance, like a month in, you're just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna cut off these 3 people that I know that might hit me up at some point.
There's a lot
and
of
then
nuance to that.
and then 3 weeks later it just blows over and now you fucked up the relationship with those other 3 people.
Well,
so like that's why I'm like, my least favorite part is like the loyalty that you have to be that to that person.
But hear me out, right? At least my policy is like, if I'm having sex with somebody, right, I'm not low-key gonna double dip, because it's just like, I feel like it like messes me up spiritually just a little bit. You know, like it's too much going on at one time for me. I'm like, it's like two different bodies. Like, it's just like, it's confusing, low-key. It's a little like overwhelming. So I guess for me, if I'm talking to someone and I'm like, I'm having sex with them, I'm not gonna be having sex with anyone else. I'll still see other people, I'll still hang out with them, but it's like, I won't have sex with them.
Yeah, I think I agree. It also, I think it stems from your personal moral compass and your
Yeah. Like, nothing's wrong with having sex with multiple people. Just like, obviously be clean, do it right, ask the right questions.
Is the asterisk, because a lot of people just be doing whatever.
You ever ask somebody that got tested and they be like,
I mean, like, yes and no. I think there's some leeway you can give with that, because if like somebody,
they be like, oh no, but my partner got tested.
The thing that I like to ask I like to ask people, when is the last time you got a physical? Because they test you for a lot of things during the physical.
But I feel like that's less common when you're not in school.
That's what I'm saying. But you're supposed to get a physical every year.
Yeah.
But
So
a lot of people don't do that. So
and you're supposed to get tested every 6 months. You're supposed to get tested every 6 months.
I get tested after every partner.
So it makes sense for you. It makes sense for you.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. Time wise,
if you have an active sex life, you should be getting tested every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask somebody, when was the last time you got a physical, and they say like high school, like
oh my gosh,
that's when it can raise a big red flag. Because if you're going to get tested, why would you not just get the physical at the same time? Like, when's the last time you got a physical, Cedric?
This year, I don't know when, but like earlier.
Exactly, you got one this year.
Yeah,
and you got tested for everything else during the physical, right?
Not during the physical, but like you
asked for it though.
Then I did ask for it. Yeah.
So the last time I got a physical was 2 months ago.
I thought it comes included.
It comes included, exactly. Yeah. They ask you, it's optional. They ask you about it.
They don't be asking me. I had to be like, yo, can I get the?
They're supposed to ask you about it. But yeah, if you go get a physical, which you're supposed to get every year, you're supposed to get tested for STDs.
Yeah.
So if the last time somebody got a physical was a while ago, then that raised red flags, and then I'm like, I don't know.
I don't even be brushing past. I just be like, look, have you ever gotten tested or not? And they usually be like, nah. Yeah.
Recently, recently or different?
Oh, all right.
Like,
More like
I got tested in 2017.
I was about to say, I got tested before COVID. I'll be like, COVID was 4 years ago.
Like, I mean, there's a whole process to it. Like, low key, if they haven't gotten tested, I ask them what's their body count.
I feel like
that's also a fair question.
But it doesn't really give you much
grounds for
information,
lying,
bro.
Yeah,
that's grounds for lying.
They usually lie.
90% of people lie about their body count.
They usually lie.
And to be honest, will you ever know if they're telling the truth? Frankly,
that's true. But it's like, even I don't know,
you
bro.
can confirm.
You could like
if you really like that.
test
like,
the scene.
it's just a lot more work.
No, they're sneaky, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Bro. People out here really lying like this. Like, is it that deep?
You'd be surprised.
Like, you gotta have sex that bad that you gotta lie.
Everything gets lied about. Height, age, like, everything gets lied about.
Age is crazy. Age is crazy.
You'd be surprised.
Lie to that, bro.
Her friend's not gonna lie, bro. That's the thing, bro.
What do you mean her friends lie to that?
Like, you ever been out like with? I don't know. Like, if you out with some of your girlfriends and you're like the only guy,
like you be asking
maybe
other girls body counts.
They forget that you one of the girls for the night, so they let some shit slip. You just be. That's not what I heard from.
Yeah, you're revealing our tactics, bro.
That's not our tactics. That's just them. That's just you being a good listener.
Our tactics of finding out this information.
I don't know if it's a tactic, bro. Like, they be saying they want a guy who's a good listener, I just happened to be a good listener, and I was listening it like when they said that, and I'm just like, that doesn't match the number that Shorty said.
I mean, it's not like you're trying to interrogate somebody. It's just more like I'm trying to protect myself.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
I mean, also they could have one, and they could have got that one last week, and that one.
What do you mean that one? Like one what? Like one STI?
One body.
One body. I'm saying they could have one body.
What do you mean?
They could have got that body.
What do you mean they could have one?
They could have one body.
That one body, they
They could have got that body a week before they met you, and that body could have been the one that
Like
affected
unfortunate
them. So, like,
circumstance. It's
you
just
also, yeah, like
not likely. It's not as likely, but it does
Yeah.
happen.
That
So
is
it's
considered,
circumstantial. I feel like.
Yeah.
My least favorite thing I would say is that loyalty aspect. There's a certain amount of loyalty you should have during the talking stage, and a lot of people don't want. It's like a really thin line.
Yeah.
And then once you cross it, it's like you either messed up. It's either you messed up or they messed up.
It's like your attention. You got your attention to them has to be loyal or consistent at least. But I feel like outside of the physical aspect of things, I feel like being loyal is not that difficult because just like you're just talking. Like you want to talk to them anyway, you know? Like you're like it should be a win for you because you're trying to talk to them. Like you wanted to talk to them. But it's like, yeah, you could like have other opportunities that you're like, I guess, putting on the back burner, and that kind of sucks.
It only take 2 seconds to send a text.
it's really like
Yeah.
an integrity thing, you know. Like
Yeah.
the type of person you are. If you're
I mean, it
willing to-
depends,
If you're
honestly.
willing to not even because of me, but for the sake of the fact that you have interest in me and are moving like you have interest in me.
Just to wrap this up, the worst things about that would be like that loyalty aspect, the amount of trust you give somebody, and the amount of trust you give your body to somebody.
Right.
Those are the biggest things.
Well, quick roundtable, just a little question for everyone. So, as it's getting colder, right? Things are going around, people are getting sick and that.
Oh gosh.
Really. What's your opinion about people? It's a lighthearted question. What's your opinion about people coming to work sick or like going to church sick? Because I went to church last Sunday, and like the amount of people coughing, sneezing in there.
Same, I saw that too.
I'm like, bro, like
Crazy, bro.
Like I feel like COVID made us more sensitive to it, but like I really people people don't care. People bring their kids. Like there's a kid sitting next to me just coughing. I'm like, bro, you're coughing on my neck at this point.
They're like, get out of here, little nigga.
Nah, I know people hate that shit, but I'm not gonna lie because I still work in office. If I see somebody sick that works around me, I have masks in my desk. I'm putting on a mask. I'm not gonna try to police other people to do certain things. I'm gonna just be able to protect myself how I see fit.
Right.
I would give them one too. Just like,
but you don't know how people are with that type of stuff because you can
crazy.
but you know how people used to be with masks.
Yeah.
If you give them a mask, they
You might be like, what is this for?
yeah they be acting like you the spawn of Satan.
But I would have one on and just be like you said with the gum. Like, does anybody want one of these? If you have to,
offering
I would have one on.
offering and telling somebody like
like no,
two different
alright,
things.
bro. I'm
It's
not gonna lie.
tough,
I'm
though.
making a mental note of that though. I'm gonna be like,
Nah, it's
bro,
tough
I
though
didn't even
because
come to work.
sometimes people feel like a obligation to come into work even if they're sick, and it's just like
some people do have.
And it also depends on the flexibility of your job.
yeah,
If
like
you're able to do that,
You should respectfully not do it for the sake of other people.
But the thing is, all that person's thinking about is
their work,
yeah.
their career.
They're just thinking about themselves at that point.
Yeah.
Which
Individualistic mindset.
at a point, everybody thinks of themselves.
Yeah, 'cause it's just like you're not trying to like mess up your job, so you're gonna come in. Well,
I think it also kind of ties back into like the selfish nature of capitalism, because like the fact that people feel like they have to come into work sick in order to survive in most cases kind of leads to the problem of more people getting sick. So it's like a self-perpetuating cycle.
yeah.
So
like if employers are not trying to give their workers the time off,
exactly.
if they're sick, they leave them no choice. And the people honestly can't be blamed.
Yeah, they might even give you the time off. It just might be that like you miss your deadline then.
Yeah, PTO
I mean,
is
it's
a bitch.
Yeah.
PTO is a bitch.
Yeah, it's nasty stuff. But I mean, okay, we're gonna end off there. Thank you everyone for watching. All right. How does everyone feel?
That was good.
That was good. Let's get us.